correspondent. I've never done this before. No, I'm not in Spain, Italy or Greece. I'm in Harvey, the produce powerhouse of Western Australia. Once a year, they put on the Harvey Harvest Festival. Grape stomping is the highlight of the festival. And my grape stomping pal here is David Marshall. David puts me in the picture straight away with a local joke about Harvey.
Oh, well, Lisa, the South West Highway goes right past our door, so I reckon we're the town that you just drive straight past.
On the way to Margaret River.
On the way to Margaret River.
Huh, I reckon a lot of towns would relate to that. But surely there must be more to Harvey. And the festival is the perfect place to start. Like many Australian towns, Harvey has a rich mix of cultures. The Noongar people were here first.
Kaya, yang Jurapanuna Tinaning.
Followed by the Anglos.
Welcome to Harvey.
And then came the Italians. Cannoli.
Ciao.
And in the 2000s, the Filipinos.
Us, maligayang pagdating.
As someone from the East, I'm told Harvey is famous for its produce.
Our premium citrus, dairying, beef.
But is its cultural vibrancy its richest resource? I can't wait to jump into the mix to find out. I'm starting my journey at Wildflower Ridge, 15 minutes from town. It's where Harvey's original locals lived. And with one of the town's leading lights, Binjara Noongar elder Leslie Ugal.
Harvey's original name, or the Noongar name for Harvey, is Korajekap, place of the red-tailed black cockatoo. It's a spiritual bird for us. So when we're out in the bush, he will give us a certain signal that it's okay to come through. We just have to listen.
Why is this place so special to you?
Well, our old people used to live in the camps. That's up in the Scarp. It's a big part of our history throughout this area. This is my place to sit and think and to be quiet, especially in times like now. Everything's so fast.
As the sun kisses this ancient landscape, I'm welcomed here as other travellers have been for thousands of years.
My nephew Brad always does our smoking ceremonies for us, and he does an absolutely beautiful job of it. So we'd like to welcome you to the smoking.
So we like to bring the smoke on, bring the bush smell onto us, and also let the bush know that we're here, we're a safe person, safe body, while we're walking around.
I'm invoking Harvey's traditional name. Good morning, Korajekap. Some good bush tucker around here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bathed in the scent of the smoking, Brad guides me across a beautiful sweep of Binjarab country.
We're having a look for some bourne, which is bloodroot. It's one of our more powerful bush medicines. It's an anaesthetic. It can be used as a dye. And we've actually got some just down here.
Oh, yeah, wow.
Give it a bit of a clean, bit of a bush clean maybe. And then you can eat it raw.
Okay.
More than welcome to have a bite if you're game.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
game, but you're saying not too much.
Not too much. Can you feel anything yet?
Yeah, I can feel that it's numbing my mouth. That's
Yes.
amazing.
Yep.
Bush antiseptic.
That's it.
Wow.
So some people, if you have too much, it'll turn your whole mouth purple. Even
Now
go
you
numb.
tell me, Brad. That's information I could have done with before.
Absolutely. Hope you haven't got plans later.
While my mouth can still function, I discovered Brad has a fascinating mixed heritage. His mum is Noongar and his dad's Italian.
They met in the 70s, and even back then, there were a lot of pubs and places that Italians couldn't go.
And according to Brad, the Noongar people weren't exactly made to feel welcome either.
So they were both outsiders in a way?
Yeah, absolutely.
And while there were cultural differences, more importantly, there also were shared values.
Very much that centre around family, around culture, around tradition, very common with both the Italian and the Noongar side.
But I'm curious to know why the Italians came to Harvey in the first place.
The climate was very similar to where a lot of the first Italians came from. So most of them were from southern Italy, and they were from farming villages.
Luisa Scamboluri's grandfather Pietro migrated to the town in the late 1920s. For Pietro and many others who sailed away from the devastation of post-World War I Europe, Harvey was the promised land.
So they got here and they thought, we can grow the same kinds of things we were growing at home.
Absolutely. And there was also a lot of unskilled labour opportunities, so there was plenty of work for them to do.
Those jobs came off the back of WA's first agricultural irrigation scheme in 1916. It gave Harvey its big weir, now submerged by the Harvey Dam, and the little weir, or Gibbs Pool. But the town still faced the problem of seasonal flooding. So during the 1930s depression, 2,500 men, most of them migrants, dug the Harvey diversion drain, which runs through town. And they did it all by hand, using shovels and wheelbarrows. When you look at the diversion drain today, you can't help but marvel at how much blood, sweat and tears the early Italian migrants poured into Harvey, their new home.
The Italians did have some tough times. I was shocked when Brad told me the other day that Italians weren't welcome at some of the pubs until as late as the 1970s. But they faced their darkest hours 3 decades earlier.
In June 1940, Italy, under Mussolini's fascist leadership, joined Hitler's Germany in World War II against the Allies.
It was actually a really sad day for Italian migrants in Australia because they were officially known as enemy aliens. Italians nationwide were rounded up, arrested.
In Harvey, local Italians, Louisa's grandfather among them, and those from elsewhere were interned in Camp Number 11. Thanks to the labour shortage in agriculture, they were released in 1942, but they left behind a beautiful legacy which stood exposed in an open paddock for almost half a century. It's a religious memento of their time here, all built lovingly by hand.
The community rallied together in the late 1980s to build the building that we can see around it to protect the shrine.
Louisa's dad, Louis, became a driving force behind the building of a memorial which now encloses the shrine. It speaks to how much Harvey had embraced its Italian neighbours in the intervening decades.
It's a symbol of hope, it's about love and community, and I think, above all, it's a symbol of gratitude to this group of migrants who came out to create a better life for people like me. I think that is quite poignant to many of us.
Are there still connections between those who are here and this community?
Absolutely. There are a number of families that are still in the area and they have now gone on to help create the Harvey community to the place we know today. Scamboluri.
Femino.
Morabito.
Cherubino. D'Agostino.
So after a span of 50 years, the Italian settlement has gone from enemy alien to pillars of the community. I reckon that's the story of Australia, not just Harvey's. As the successive waves of immigrants arrive, they're treated like outsiders until the years roll by, and then they're not.
Back to the festival, I quickly learned the Italians were just the first of many different cultures that have changed the face of this community. In the 2000s, the Filipinos followed the Italians, finding jobs in this rich food bowl. Already, their younger generation is punching above its weight.
Ich, ni, san, shi.
Sophia Thomas is 19 years old, but has been making waves in the karate world since she was a child.
So how well have you done with the karate?
I won a gold at 11 years old, so it's kind of crazy. But last year, I was able to get a gold at a world championship level in London this time, which was absolutely amazing. It was a dream come true. It was insane. Yeah. Right arm forward.
Okay, I'm game. Not to take on a 19-year-old black belt gold medalist, but to bust some moves with her.
Ich, ni, san, go, and yay!
Yay! Not so perfect.
That was good, that was good. We came here from the Philippines. In 2007, my dad was the first to arrive in Australia to work at Harvey Fresh. And a couple years later, in 2009, my mum and I followed to come live here with him. And I was only 3 years old. And we're now Australian citizens.
What was it like growing up here in Harvey?
I felt a little bit left out at first, but all the people here, they made me feel, hey, you're one of us. That's what kind of made me feel a lot more comfortable. And yeah, I just love living here.
Like the Italians, Filipinos, such as Sophia's dad, were lured to Harvey by the promise of work and a better life. Their dream was realised thanks to 2 local Australian-Italian brothers.
We looked at different regions and we found that the Filipino community really were a good fit. So we were the first to bring Filipino skilled workers into Harvey.
In the 2000s, Kevin Sorgiovanni and his brother Laurie needed workers for their rapidly expanding milk, juice and dairy business. Their company, Harvey Fresh, sponsored Filipino workers skilled in dairy technology.
It actually meant the survival of the business. It meant that we were able to grow. You can't say anything bad about them. They're just such a warm community.
This injection of new blood, and that from other countries who followed, brought new life to the whole town.
You know, you can go to some sort of outback communities where you walk into a town, there'd be 10 shops, 5 of them would be closed. Harvey doesn't have that. Harvey's got shops that are open because the community's here. Without these people, the town would die.
Thanks to the Filipinos, the Sorgiovanni's business boomed. The family's 99-year-old beloved matriarch, Carmille, tells me it had the humblest of beginnings.
As I say to a lot of people, the Harvey Fresh started on that kitchen sink over there.
Do you remember when we painted them? About 25, 30 years ago?
About that, yes, yeah.
Did you do the original juicing?
I did. I squeezed a case of oranges.
Today, the big orange that towers over Kevin's orchards is testament to the citrus juggernaut built by the Sorgiovannis and Harvey's Filipinos. But its seeds were literally planted by Kevin's dad, Joe.
Dad bought a small 18-acre lot of land and he had this passion and he was the first to grow Valencia oranges on the banks of the Harvey River, so very proud of Dad.
Wow, from Joe Sorgiovanni's first few orange trees to an international company. What a great Italian story.
That's the way. Oh, fairy floss and meatballs.
Nothing more Italian than meatballs.
Well, this is different. You're going to have one for...
Back in Festival Town, I can see many Italian stories have been woven into Harvey's fabric over the decades. But agriculture, dairy, citrus, beef, remains its backbone.
Hey, Lisa, how you going?
Oh, David, I'm just having a look at the murals.
Yeah, they're fantastic. Locally known as the murals rather than the murals.
They're the story of Harvey.
Yeah, pretty much. It gives that
Born and
storyline
bred
here,
local
and
David Marshall is the festival's MC, and he's keen to tell me yet another Harvey story.
I think this is a really good example of what makes Harvey really special. Every week on our community radio station, you can get Noongar language. You can hear English language.
Harvey Community Radio, it's your town talking.
You can hear Italian language.
Ciao a tutti e benvenuti.
You can hear Filipino language.
Masayang pagbati mula sa Harvey.
We went to a national conference of community radio stations in Queensland, and it really opened my eyes there to something that we've got really special going on here with all those different languages on a weekly basis.
Actually, what does it do for the community?
I think it brings connection.
I'm discovering this town doesn't just pay lip service to maintaining its cultural connections. As well as sharing migrant histories, most of Harvey's Italians and Filipinos also share a religion. Both come from Catholic countries. This local church is known as Our Lady of the Immigrants. And here they all are, including Harvey's newest arrivals from the Pacific. What a beautiful snapshot of this town.
Everyone was helpful. When I first moved here, everyone was so helpful, loving. Everyone's family in Harvey. Doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, we're all family. Yeah.
And I can feel it. Even Harvey's main agricultural attractions are intentionally connected in a single location just outside town.
Remember the Italian memorial and shrine? Well, there's a path from here that leads to a landmark of a different kind.
This is a replica of Sterling's cottage.
The house that the beloved Australian author May Gibbs lived in for 2 years in Harvey, and where she got the inspiration for her gumnut babies, the famous Snuggle Pot and Cuddle Pie.
Many of May Gibbs' relatives are still in Harvey, and its museum is full of memorabilia.
And next to Sterling's cottage is Bullabitty Dreaming, where I'm meeting a couple of my new Harvey friends. What a spot you've got here, right between the Italian Memorial Shrine and Sterling Cottage.
You know, we're telling Australia's history. There's a migrant history, there's a colonial history, and there's our history. So for us to move together as Australians, we need to know our complete history, and that's something that we can offer with the 3 areas in one.
Bullabitty Dreaming is Noongar for many paths, many dreams. And the centre also has literal pathways in the form of the many cultural walks it's created on Binjarab Noongar country.
So this is about those connections with community and people. See, along here we have like storyboards with the English and the Noongar, the language, and this is one of them.
Kaya Nunakot Nidja Noongar Budgie. Budja. You're laughing at me.
Oh, geez, yeah, like I said, you've got to laugh at yourself, especially when you learn another language, so. Have another crack.
So we say Kaya Nunakot, Nija Noongar Budja. So hello, everyone. This is Noongar country.
Kaya Nunakot Nidja Noongar Budja.
Murich, perfect.
I guess the point is for people to be able to have a go.
Oh, yes, it's about education.
You learn a heap of fascinating stuff along these cultural walks, but I can't help noticing the state of the Harvey River beside us.
It's a little choked up here.
Absolutely.
We're now working alongside Harvey River Restoration Task Force, Murdoch Uni, Greening Australia, and a whole wide range of stakeholders to actually go back into these irrigation drains and revert them back to river systems.
At dawn the following day, I join the Restoration Task Force in a stretch of the Harvey River they've worked on. Leslie greets us with song, and I learn that flood mitigation in the early 1900s eventually choked the river.
In order to support development, they wanted to drain the land. So this system was deepened and it was straightened.
And that meant most of the river's native species struggled or went elsewhere.
We're a voluntary organisation and we've put a project together to show that we can turn what was a river, became a drain, back into a river.
The trees are doing well.
Yeah, the trees are doing well. It is a big team effort. We've planted our trees on our banks here. We've planted reeds in the water. Obviously, we're doing the science work in the water as well as on the banks and on the river.
It only goes to about this deep. It's generally a bit more
harder
in the
on
centre.
the bottom.
Yeah, it's the edges that get a bit soft.
Okay.
All these little rushes, none of those were there before.
And recreating natural habitats with logs, fish hotels, and planting shade along and in the river is working. Today, this section of the river is teeming with life again.
We've got a southwest snake-necked turtle, native species in southwestern Australia, only found here.
So when you see something like this, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking good news, yeah. Along with the native fish and macroinvertebrates as well, it's really good signs that the restoration's doing its job.
Wow, super strong. I'm glad I'm wearing gloves.
This is our iconic smooth marron, and this is the species that we're using in the project to really capture the community's imagination about the importance of their aquatic environments. It's really, really important for local communities, really good for tourism, and they're a delicious feed.
The task force is showing it is possible to reverse damage to the river's ecosystem without affecting flood mitigation. The long-term health of the river is vital if Harvey is to maintain its reputation for quality produce. But is that reputation justified? Well, it's put to the test at the festival's long table lunch, where guests are served up Harvey on a plate. As each course and local wines are savoured, I think we can safely say Harvey produce has passed with distinction. In fact, the whole festival has a distinctly Harvey flavour, with its cultural mix providing the ingredients. My young friend Sophia has ditched karate for the stage, with Dan, her dad, on guitar and friend Jasper on the cajon. Is there no end to her talent? As the festival gears up over the weekend, I'm also revving myself up, because in next to no time, it's the start of the Great Grape Stomp. David and I are up against Leslie and Brad and Louisa and Sophia. Fierce. The winner is decided on the amount of juice we crush from our barrel. Come on, David.
And the people with the most juice were the two that seemed to be in love. But in truth, they were just holding on for dear life, even though they got 4.865 litres. Lisa and David, we are so impressed. Lisa, congratulations.
Okay, winners are grinners, but I reckon the big winner today is Harvey. This community is a great big melting pot stirred by the entrepreneurial spirit of all its disparate cultures. Noongas, Anglos, Italians, Filipinos and newer arrivals all add their own flavour to the base of Harvey's rich natural resources. Together, they've made a worldwide success of what this little town produces in every sense of the word. I'm reminded of that wonderful Noongar phrase, Bulla Biddy dreaming. Many paths, many dreams.
What I've learned about Harvey has convinced me that if you do drive past it, and you'd be mad if you did, you certainly can't ignore it.
It's a special, special place and very significant for myself and my family.
It's relationships, that's what it is. It's building relationships, understanding what people have got to offer, and then embracing it.
I think Harvey is the story of shared experiences. It's an example of how we can live harmoniously no matter where we come from.
I think something that I'd like someone to take away from this is that we're all equal. You know, we always have to be positive, always welcome, and always be kind to everyone.
Nice to see you too, Harvey.
Next time, more Aussies than ever are swapping 4 walls for 4 wheels.
We'd sold our house, we'd bought a caravan, bought a car, and we'd taken off.
I think it's just like every day, opening your caravan door and just having a different scene to see.
We're exploring the wonderful world of van life.
Gotta say, this is living.